You are listening to the West of Waterford podcast.
WLRFM first for Waterford.
Is the Big Red Radio 98 KUPD Tempe.
No sports, no rock, no information. For mindless chatter, we're your station.
Hey, want to hear the most annoying sound in the world?
Newsflash, asshole! I've been hearing it the entire goddamn time!
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is your Saturday Afternoon Live. I'm your host. My name is Josh, and over there, no Jason, you might notice, but we do have our interminable third mic, Timmy. How are you, Tim? Oops, sorry. I have to turn your mic up. My bad.
I'm doing well. How you doing, man?
Sure. You know, about as well as can be expected. And Jana is already into the chat, like you wouldn't believe. Afternoon, she says. Hello, Jana. Good to see you. Yes, it is your Saturday Afternoon Live. No, Jason, he didn't show up today for some reason. I don't understand what happened, honestly.
Guess his phone was back in the fridge again.
I think it's freezing the phone.
Whatever.
He could have been out last night. He might be drunk or dead. I don't know. He doesn't pick up his phone, so...
Maybe both.
Maybe he'll get into the chat later and be like, oh shit, this was today? It is Saturday, right?
It is Saturday.
Okay, thank God. So the name of the show is right. Anyway, I had to change everything right before coming on because today was going to be the debut. I mean, it's going to be the same show, but the name change debut. It was going to be the name change debut to the Jason and Josh show is what it was going to be. Featuring Tim, of course, on the third mic. Just because his name is not in the title doesn't mean he's not a welcome part of the show.
And you know what? It's nice to have guest stars, so thank you for having me.
You're not a guest star, but you're part of the Trident at this point. I was talking with my good friends at the Brass Tacks about this, and they all agree. The three-way is the best way to go. I think you've agreed with that in the past. You've also said the thruple is the way to go.
Hey,
I just overthink things. I get worried. Now, of course, I'm not saying where I work, but I had an issue in work there recently where I kind of had a little bit of a mental snap, and I couldn't go in yesterday. I just could not bring myself to do it. I couldn't. So I think I actually have to go to therapy, is what I'm saying. I think I have to go to therapy.
There's nothing wrong with it. I had to do the same. I mean, I've actually, okay, so there's been periods of time where I wake up in the morning, start getting ready, and I'm just like, I just don't feel like going in.
Yeah.
I just don't have the capacity to deal with anything.
Yeah.
So there's nothing wrong with it.
I think I'm severely... I think I'm actually beginning to have a lot of trouble in my own head with things. I get these dark feelings, man. Dark feelings, and they're not violent. They're just really down on myself, down on my life, down on everything. And I had a really nice moment last night. Myself and Brittany were out, and she just kind of cuddled into me, and I was like, no. And then I was just like, oh, you know what? As long as I have you, everything's going to be okay, and I can give up my man card for that. I know. A man is supposed to be a rock. A man is supposed to be an island. Get inside this head for 5 minutes and tell me if that's an island you want to be stuck on. Is it? No, I don't believe so. I sometimes want to be stuck with myself in a room. Although I do enjoy my own company more than... Nobody makes me laugh harder than me, in fairness. So, I don't know. It's just a whole issue. But on with the show. Jason's not here. So, Tim and I we were supposed to be on earlier, but Tim and I just spent the last hour basically watching Titanic documentaries. Something we're both massive aficionados in.
Absolutely.
Ever since we were kids. You've met Dr. Robert Ballard.
I have.
You have?
I have, yeah.
I was at a Lusitania talk, I think you were telling me, and all you would talk about was the Titanic.
Well, what happened was he did the whole presentation was about like an hour and a half, almost 2 hours, about the Lusitania, about like how he found it, how it sank, and just all the history about it. And then he had a little book signing. Mm-hmm. So all the kids rush up to him. They don't have Lusitania books. They have Titanic books. Mm-hmm. And he's just sitting there and he goes, you know what? Okay. But he's really cool with all the kids. He's just sitting there and signed off and just Robert Ballard and stuff like that, talking about Titanic. It was a lot of fun.
And I've seen that book signed by Dr. Ballard, and the man is a gigantic hero to me as well, in a lot of ways. I mean, what was it? He was searching for the scorpion, I believe.
Scorpion, yeah.
He was searching for the scorpion, and basically because he was kind of, while I'm in the area, folks, he kind of said to the U.S. Navy at the time, I think, who were having the search done, he said, "Hey, listen, we have a little bit of downtime. Essentially, do you mind if we go search for the Titanic?" And they were like, "Okay, but you got like 5 days or something." So they were on a crunch. They were on like a time clock to do it. And they just managed to do it because they found the debris field.
They found the boilers.
They found the boilers,
Yeah,
yes, in the debris field. That's right.
The rover down to the bottom of the ocean, and they were scanning the bottom. And their cameras, everybody in the room just went nuts because they found a boiler. And they're like, wait, that's Titanic's boiler.
Yeah.
And they started like going closer and closer, and they found the whole wreck, and everyone just went nuts.
I believe it. I mean, it was, in 1985? Or was it?
86.
86.
And 87, they went down and did another survey of it.
And so you're talking a good few decades anyway. What's that? 74 years later, I think.
About
I don't know. Look, I've never pretended to be good with math.
Well, the interesting thing is, like, okay, so when we were watching the 3D scan, is when they first discovered the wreck, and this is back when like cameras were very primitive. You didn't get like the high def cameras you get nowadays.
Yeah.
4K and stuff.
But you couldn't bring movie cameras down there.
But she still had her paint. She had the black paint. She had the white paint. She had some of the gold paint on some of the trim and stuff like that.
Yeah,
it was all still there.
The yellow line, the distinctive yellow along the entire length of the hull.
And when they went to the bow and they saw a Titanic with the brass or bronze letters, it's like right there.
I remember the whole, if you remember, the Titanic didn't sink. It was Olympic that sank, and Titanic was switched out, and it was an insurance scam thing.
Insurance scam, yeah.
What a load of shit that was! Because I remember watching something back on, I think it was Sky 2 back in the day, and it was like conspiracy theories, and I'm like, ooh, I like conspiracy theories. I enjoy them. I just don't enjoy them when they become true. But anyway, thankfully, this is not one of these cases. I was watching it, and then they were saying, and underneath where the Titanic's name was, you can clearly see that the T has fallen off, and there is an O in the background. And I'm like, all right, first off, jerk off. The Titanic Olympics names were etched into the bows. They weren't like hammered into their like names. And also, how do you explain the yard number on the propellers? 401.
I don't know. Like I think people make these stories up just because they get bored out of life, and they're just like, well, I'm going to do something, and I'm going to make myself famous by putting it out there on the air. Oh, this is going to be awesome.
You do get that feeling. I mean, it's ridiculous. It is just monumental ridiculousness at this point. Now, I'm not saying there were certain things that weren't fortuitous. You know, the whole story behind, the Federal Reserve being created just after Titanic sank. J.P. Morgan at the last minute not going on the Titanic. Now, that's a bit odd. But I don't think it's the reason the ship sank. I think it's a happy coincidence in the enslavement of the American people under the Fed. You're enslaving the American people under the Fed, people. That's what you're doing. But, yes, I don't know. It's a great story. And, of course, this week they have the scan of the Titanic. Over 700,000 photographs of the ship.
Do you actually have some photos you can show everybody? That'd be kind of cool to see
that. You know what? I have a great... This is courtesy of the BBC, so I'm going to give them props right here. But this is... just going to show you the screenshot of this, mother. So this is the West Ham Stadium in London, the Olympic Stadium in London. It's one of the biggest soccer grounds, football grounds in England. And they have superimposed this wreck into the ground. That's pretty fucking awesome.
Well, even she's been down on the bottom now for about 100 years, but you can still see the black and the white paint. In fact, actually, if you look at the right above, off to the left side of the anchor, that's where the black paint was. It's starting to chip off, but you could actually see where the black paint's still there.
You can, it looks almost like it went through a fire, the way it's charred, and that's obviously just because the ship was obviously black. Whoa, careful with the language, boys. And you can see the anchor, the obvious buckle from when it hit the sea floor, the tearing at the back there where she'd split in half. It's an incredible rendering, actually, and all taken from photographs. I mean, there's another one just here. Let me get it. kind of get another perspective on it. If you can, oh, it's this guy.
Yeah, watch out for the pud.
Hang on, let's have a quick listen to the pod here, shall we? I'm actually gonna take this off because I don't want BBC trying to copyright strike me. Even though they are a public broadcaster, they'll probably still try to get me for something because this guy burns my ass. Hang on, get him off and let's hear him.
What's he
See
going
what he has
to
to
say?
say.
What do you have to say?
Could provide answers.
We really don't understand the character of the collision with the iceberg. We don't even know if she hit it along the starboard side, as shown in all the movies. She might have grounded on the iceberg. And
Okay, we can stop him right there. Yeah, we can stop him
angry.
right there.
I'm getting angry, man. That's
Holy good God Almighty!
And when someone references movies, like, well, what we see on the movies, it's a movie. It's entertainment.
Yes.
It's not actually fact. Come on.
Also, the fact that there is multiple sources of multiple officers on the bridge. Officers, why did I say it like that? Multiple officers on the bridge. Murdoch himself, I mean, obviously Murdoch died in the sinking. And no, folks, he didn't shoot himself like in the James Cameron movie. But the fact that they saw the iceberg, they tried to do what's called a port around. So they went hard to starboard, turning the shift essentially to the left. The ship went into full reverse, which meant that it was going to basically hard a port, which would port around. Basically, he was going to try and drift the ship like Fast and Furious. Only problem is you're trying to do that with a ship that's over 50,000 tons, moving at a pretty fair clip.
Oh, like 23, 24 knots?
22 knots, I believe, at the time of
Still
this
pretty
strike.
fast for back in 1912. So.
Yeah, moving at a fair clip. Something that large, moving that speed. I mean, trust me. I mean, you don't want to end up like the Nantucket light boat. And when the Olympic ran over it, Titanic's sister ran over the... imagine seeing that come out of the fog at you at 20 miles an hour. It's like,
Oh,
there's no escape.
I'm going to say it in your accent, oh, fuck.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, here he comes now, lads. Look out for him.
Right.
Oh, it's a big boat, isn't it? Oh, it's gone straight to us. It was like, oh, Jesus. All right. It's actually the second Titanic thing we've done. If you remember, we did... the last guy was like, well, if I'm going down with dick in hand.
Just gonna
Holy
whack it off
mother
like,
of God.
oh, the
Yes.
ship's going down. All right, yeah.
Just down in the hull. Just water coming in. It's like,
He's
no, not
on the
now.
promenade. People are like running to the stern, and he's just like, yeah, guys, this is great.
I think he would have done it in the sanctity of his own room, but the problem is, here's the thing. He was just about to have the last orgasm he'd ever had, and then the cold water comes in and turns him right off, makes him shrivel right up.
It's like,
He's
whoop.
hang on, wait, I got it. I got it.
Where's your whistle?
Hang on, I got it here. Oh, no. It's terrible.
I swear, it's just the water. The water's cold, very cold, and it just kind of retracts. Like a turtle head, it just retracts.
And by the way, you know he was French? Ah, sacre bleu, it's a cold night out there. I must go down and reheat in my room.
Well, you
Hang
have
on.
to-
Here I am reheating.
Well,
Water?
you also got to remember back in the day, a lot of people had their hoodies too, so maybe he had the extra layer of warmth, and
Oh, for the little wool caps. Speaking of cold things, I gave you a Land of the Terror and you didn't like it. What's wrong? What's wrong with you, Tim?
The Terror was well done. It's well acted. I just couldn't get into it. It's a slow burn.
Yes, but it's a true story.
Yeah, well, the bears.
Oh, the bear is definitely, obviously, not, Tumbuk.
So, like, when you gave me that...
But I love Tumbuk.
We were talking about a movie called The Thing by John Carpenter. And
Yes.
that's a great film. But
It
so
is.
I'm like, I had this, like, mental image of watching this, like, series, thinking it's going to be kind of like that. And I was kind of like, okay. When you, like, watch something and you're expecting something.
Okay, I can get that. I can get
And,
that.
like, yeah, for me, it was just like,
I can get behind that. I can understand that. But I think, personally, it's one of my favorite TV shows of all time. And on top of that, it's one of my favorite maritime horror stories of all time. The whole Franklin expedition that they did literally they disappeared into the Great White North back in 1845. The last time we were seen, it was in Baffin Bay by a couple of Norwegian whalers. And they were moored up to an iceberg. But that's when they went into Lancaster Sound and were never seen again. And only recently have the two ships, Erebus and Terror, been found. Terror, ironically enough, is in Terror Bay in Nunavut, up around King William Island, whereas the Erebus is about 20 miles to the south of just off O'Reilly Island. Oh, really? O'Reilly, I said. Oh, really? Oh, no, O'Reilly. You questioning my syntax.
Yeah, but you know what's really interesting is those wrecks have been down for, well, like 200 some odd years almost now.
100 and 100 and something. Yeah, it's coming up on 200. A couple of...
Yeah, but like, okay, so they're perfectly preserved because of the environment, because of the cold water, and there's no organisms that can survive in that kind of temperature. Yet the Titanic's been down for 100 years, and she's just wasting away. It's gonna be a rust stain on the bottom of the ocean here in probably another 20 years.
You have to remember the absolute forces at play on both. I mean, Erebus and Terror sit in no more than about 120 feet of water.
Probably no current,
Well, there's definitely current and there's definitely ice moving around all time. But the way that they sank, where they sank, Terror is especially well preserved because she sank in the bay. Now, how she got there, because where they were, as shown in the show, they're about, I think, 6 leagues to the northwest of King William Island. But they end up. I think what happened is, because everybody's always asking, well, how did they get nearly 30 to 40 miles away from where they were last recorded, stuck in the ice? I think because the ice thawed, and the few men that were left on board actually sailed them down, but they got caught in more ice, and that's where they ended up as their fates.
I disagree. Actually, I think it's probably encased in the ice for quite some time, and I think just the way the ice starts moving,
now,
and then maybe it thawed, and then just dropped right through.
So I could see that, but the problem is the pack ice wouldn't move them the way that they would have been moved. They're too far away from each other. They were very close to each other when they were stuck in the... Again, like in the TV show, where you can see the two ships, they're walking to and from the ships. They were quite close. The pack that they were stuck in, I don't think would move them to such drastically different areas. I think what happened is they got out just long enough that they went, okay, because, Terror was Crozier's ship, it would only be fitting that would hug the landscape to head down, whereas Erebus would head off down to try and get down to the Backfish River opening. And I think there's a possibility that they encountered more pack ice, because geographically speaking, the sound up there, the inlet around King William Island, that is one of the worst ice areas you can be in. When it's the worst area, like it just freezes up and locks up.
Well, I'm sure we know that now, but I think back in like 1845, they're probably like, okay, we're just gonna try this out. Like, let's see what happens. But like, here's the thing: if you're in an expedition and being like a sailor, a nautical engineer, whatever the term is, but like, and especially that time of year, it was like what, September? As you do realize you're hitting winter.
Yeah.
You're already pretty much at winter. Why the hell would you take those vessels up there and potentially just get yourself locked in?
Well, I mean,
it's hindsight 2020.
It had been done multiple times before. They knew what they were up against. The whole story. I don't know if you saw where Ice Master Blanky sits down just after he had his leg torn off, and he has a conversation with Fitzjames about Fury Beach. It's like the Quint. It's like the Quint speech from Jaws, and it's like, because he's telling him what happened. We were stuck in the ice. They knew about this. They knew about this from previous expeditions up trying to find a northeastern passage over Russia. That's the whole story where Blanky and Crozier, and it's like they're talking about ferrying the deer. They had to slaughter the deer on the ice.
Well, I mean, I'm going to be honest with you. I pretty much got into like maybe 3 episodes and I just stopped watching.
Dude, you missed out on so much. I'm telling you.
Well, maybe I'll give it another try.
I really think I think you should. What you should do, I think, if you really want to watch this show, learn about the history of the Franklin expedition. You'll fucking love it, dude. You're really into you're a maritime nut, just like me.
I am.
Yeah.
But like it's a slow burn. It's not a bad series. It's well acted. Who's the guy that was on Mad Men?
Who plays Lane Price and Francis Crozier, and he also plays
he's the son of
Richard Harris's son.
Yeah.
Jared Harris. Jared Harris, yes, great actor.
Oh, he's a great actor.
Great actor, and he plays Crozier down to a T. Crozier, but of course, an Irishman. Woo! Go on, yeah, good man. Crozier was actually spotted in Baker Lake in Canada. 12 years after they disappeared. He was spotted. The Inuit spotted him there. And they found one dovetail box down in the Baker Lake area, which means Francis Crozier had walked the best part of 450 miles in real life, by the way. And the Inuit, the Inuit up there in the Nunavut area, they have a great oral tradition. So I'm pretty sure the last man standing from this expedition was the Irishman, and we can take that one to the bank. Yeah, baby.
Cheers.
Cheers. Schleintje. To all you Irishmen, just know if you ever get stuck in a bad situation, you're probably going to be the last one out. We're a hardy breed. No offense to the Albanians, but you're probably the first ones to go. Jana says
Jana ran a lot longer than you guys have.
Yeah, well, Jana says I've had major anxiety the last 3 days. I'm sorry to hear that, Jana. That's in reference to my little snap at the beginning of the show, I believe.
You know what helps is actually like chamomile tea, drinking some of that, and like put some like nice music on, and just dimming the lights, not like completely off, just like low. And just relax.
Yeah, I think I need to find different ways to relax like that. But we are kind of running a little over time. That was great conversation. This is great radio. All right. So we are going to move into our first ad break. Of course, you folks know what's coming up next. Of course, it will be Pressing the Presses. It is currently 2:17 p.m. on your Saturday afternoon, and we'll be right back after this. Keep it here on KWOW.
You are listening to the West of Waterford podcast.
Faith and Begora. A wise man once said that wetness is nothing without water. We at Shore Beverages agree. That is why you will experience the best hydration, the scientific term for wetness, while enjoying our products. All of our drinks are made with the freshest water sourced from the River Shore. At the stunning hamlet of Carrick on Shore, we source the natural beauty of the land's nourishment for you to enjoy, right to the last drop. Shore Beverages. Taste the Shore. All Shore beverages have a variable salt limit due to the tidal nature of the River Shore. Please enjoy Shore beverages responsibly and in moderation. May cause high blood pressure and severe dehydration. Please consult your doctor should blood appear in your stool.
I've said it before and I'll say it again. Democracy simply doesn't work.
And we are back. It is time for your news from the week, Pressing the Presses. Of course, this is where we bring you all the news that's fit to tell you, the fine viewer and listener, if you're listening to us on Spotify or any of the myriad of apps that we are on now. And I would like to say, of course, everybody out there who does listen to the show, thank you very much for supporting us. Remember to like, share, and subscribe to the show. Share it with your friends. Only the most mental ones will do. We'd like... Basically, what I want to see is a massacre in the chat. That's what I'm always looking for. And usually when the Brass Tacks boys come in, they're not here today, but usually when they're in, it is a massacre in the chat. It's hilarious.
Well, actually, like when you and Brittany did that one, like streaming on, like, what was it, a couple Saturdays ago?
Oh, yeah.
That was fantastic. That was great.
A lot of fun.
Yeah, that was great.
We didn't do it this week due to tiredness. But here we are to the news. Now, this is going to be a little atypical for the show, I think, in some ways. Hang on a second, let me just get that music switched over quickly. We just need our regular track beds for the news. So, the Oakland A's have been having a little bit of a problem at their stadium. The Coliseum, essentially, I mean, and it doesn't surprise me, this is Oakland after all. I mean, it's San Francisco Jr., so you know it's like worse in every way, but better in crime. But their stadium is now having such a problem that a possum is wreaking havoc at the struggling A's stadium. The broadcast team's unable to use booths because the stench of the animal is unbearable. Apparently, this little possum has been going in there and, not only living in there, but taking massive dumps that it's been turning the broadcast teams out.
And there's a deep drive by Castellano, and this possum is looking at me in such a way that is kind of scaring me.
Yeah,
He's taking a shit, folks. This game has been brought to you by Denny's Sausages, and we are out of here.
It's almost like, hear me out, it's almost like cats, though. Like, you know, when they kind of like want to just kind of like, you know, just put one to you, they go into the booth, they're like, all right, guys, we're going to do a broadcast. This is going to be awesome. And then the possum just turns around and goes, oh, there we go.
Yeah. He smiles at them with that stupid possum smile. Yeah, exactly it. So apparently the team are not doing great either.
Oh, look at the little guy.
Yeah, but here he is. He's made a home inside the walls of the Oakland Coliseum and hasn't been removed because, I mean, are you going to tangle with that thing? I'm not tangling with that.
They're actually kind of like cats. They're kind of like chill, unless they get.
They
biting.
play dead most of the time. You see them dead on the side of the road sometimes, again with that stupid smile, even in death.
It's North America's only marsupial, so.
Yes, very true, actually. Look at that. Oh, fuck Socrates and fuck everybody. Here comes Professor Timmy.
I'd be like, hey, dude, you want shit here, man? I'm going to give you some treats. Yeah, you can just go ahead and deuce right here.
So MLB teams visiting the Oakland A's have been able to use visiting broadcast booth. A possum was living inside its walls. Now, it's not only the possum. There's also a colony of somewhere between 40 and 50 feral cats that have also taken up residence in this crumbling behemoth of a stadium. And
that's a home run. And excuse me, folks, we're going to have to now broadcast from the balcony. The possum has gathered a bunch of cats, and they seem to be storming our broadcast booth. This broadcast brought to you by the strongest name in trucking, Ford. Excuse me.
And
that possum's deuce. Oh, the smell. It's right out of the park. Oh, it's gone. It's gone. It's gold.
We're gone. We're gone. We're gone. Oh, my God. So there's more on this. Oakland Coliseum possum droppings force Mets announcers to move broadcast booths, which... So... The New York Mets made a trip across country to take on the A's in Oakland. Although the Mets won 17-6. 17-6?
That's
wow.
That's pretty bad.
I don't know my baseball very well, but 17 in any sport, unless it's basketball.
For baseball, that's pretty bad.
Honestly, the 17-6 looks like a regular score, a high-scoring WNBA game.
Well, I'm trying to think. There's one time I was watching the Nationals, and I think the score was something crazy. It was like 20-2. It was awful, like 20 or 24. It was a really high score on the opposing team, but
it's interesting.
Actually, you just have the Nets up there. What was that?
So the road team's broadcast might have been the loser that night due to the possum. They were moved out of their designated broadcast booth for the visiting team due to the possum leaving an unpleasant smell, forcing them to relocate to a smaller booth. Apparently, the booth reeked so badly of possum leavings that an executive decision was made to move us to this booth, which is somewhat smaller and has a few impediments. One of them not being a possum thinking that you're, staking out his turf.
I tell you what, that's actually a great thing you can use for the office. As opposed to saying, I got to use the restroom, we're going to take a deuce, be like, I got to make some leavings.
It's just like something Barry would say. Hey, I got to make some leavings. Got to do it now, man. You know I gotta do it now.
That's what I like to do. All right.
Oh boy, possums have been inside or near that. My screen just went out. It's back. There we go. I don't know why my screen blinks from time to time. I don't know what's wrong with that. I might have changed something.
Focus on fentanyl. I want to focus on the possum leaving shit. Come on now.
These fentanyl-eating possums have been leaving turds the size of dinosaurs.
Dino dung.
Dino dung. That's a whole lot of shit. That's a whole big pile of shit or whatever. There was no possum seeing inside the broadcast booth Friday, but confirms a possum sighting on the opening day. So basically, with the cats, the possums, the Oakland A's Coliseum, see the cats here.
That's a Stella. Look at that. Oh.
It is a Stella. But the good news is the rat population is now down in this new zoological coliseum. I heard that some guy from InGen is going to try and bring a Tyrannosaur there, but his boat crashed into the dock and the T-Rex went around San Diego. And now I just
where's my baby?
Yeah. Now I just realized that Oakland and San Diego are worlds apart. They just happen to be the same state. But an estimated 30-40 cats and kittens have made the 130-acre property in East Oakland home, and multiplying in population over the course of the coronavirus pandemic. So
let me interject real quick.
All right, Mark.
Interject the water. And so they have a problem with the feral cats at the stadium, but the homeless population? Hey, that's okay.
Oh, yeah. The rampant murder in Oakland, and we're talking about possums and cats. This is great.
So yeah, like a possum shitting in the booth is a problem, but some guy taking a shit in front of a nice store, no problem at all.
This show has never claimed to bring you accurate news. It's more lampooning the news, in fairness. I mean, it's accurate up until a point, but let's not go nuts here, people. For God's sake. The A's biggest fans, says Jenna. Indeed they are. The biggest. They're probably the biggest population in the stadium. To see a possum wearing an A's glove, woo! It's like, let's go, batter! All the cats, they're doing possum waves, and you just see paws going up.
It's just that'd be actually a great TikTok. You just see all these fans going nuts, and you just see a little possum head go up, look around like this, go.
Smiles at the camera and runs away.
And there he is again, folks. He's down in the left field. He's scaring the second baseman.
You're shitting on the shortstop. What are you doing? Come on now.
Somebody does a Randy Johnson and just plows a possum. And game is stopped due to a possum. I'm not sure if he's dead, folks, or if he's possibly just pretending. He was hit pretty good with that ball, though.
You know what'd be really funny is for the opposing team, they get a bad call or something like that, and everyone gets like a plush possum, just starts pegging the umpires,
pegging the umps with the possums. That's an impossible call. I'm sorry. I believe NBC are going to drop my ass after this broadcast, or maybe put me in a smaller booth.
Yeah.
It's the new mascot, says Jenna. Yes, the Oakland A Possums. The possum comes out and actually scores a run for the A's. It's
I don't believe what I'm seeing. The Oakland A's have scored a run. It's not going to count, though. It was the team possum. I think it got scared and confused and ran in a slight diamond shape, but it made a home run, folks. The possum is now 1-0 to the A's.
It's whoa.
Actually,
this is embarrassing.
We need to make some custom T-shirts or something like that. Just have a possum looking at you what?
Yeah.
What?
We're living fast and we're eating trash, along with our feral cat friends. They've all just become. I'm stuttering now. I'm stuttering, John. I'm stuttering, John Melendez. No, I believe possums and cats have been seen mugging the few fans that do come in, but they're fairly used to it at this point.
Give me your snacks. Come on, man. Give me your snacks.
Give me your trash, brother. Give me your trash. I don't know why they all sound like Walter. Come on, man. Give me your trash. I want to eat your trash.
All right.
Oh, all right. Yeah. Sticking with baseball and getting back to Randy Johnson. I believe it was Randy Johnson. A second Diamondback pitcher has accidentally killed a bird with a pre-game throw.
Is there a video of this? I want to see
Zach Gallen of the AZ Diamondbacks has basically repeated Randy Johnson's feat in a, by the way, not to mention, in a series-winning season for the Diamondbacks. The last time a bird, I believe it's the only time a bird has ever been hit by a pitch, and that was when the Diamondbacks last won the World Series.
No shit.
Yeah.
No,
and now Zach Gallen has done it. Gallen, by the way, has been playing out of his skin for the Diamondbacks. The Diamondbacks have gone from a last place team to genuine contenders, and it's down to this kid, Gallen. So all Arizona Diamondback pitchers aspire to be like Randy Johnson. Zach Gallen unintentionally got real close to emulating the Hall of Famer while warming up in the outfield before Arizona's game at Oakland. He was, of course, it was Oakland. He was, of course, I didn't know it was in Oakland.
Yeah,
so apparently
you made this happen, didn't you?
I didn't actually know this.
Sure.
So basically, he was distracted by a possum and killed a bird.
Is there okay? So time out. This is a great story. Where's the video? I got to see.
I want to see if there is video, but
click on the link right there. Johnson infamously killed a bird.
Oh, well, that's the original video.
The article.
Yeah, the original video is this. Yeah, 21 years ago, Randy Johnson did this. Bonk.
What the?
You've never seen that?
Fuck.
Hang on, let's show it for the folks at home so they can see it.
Can you do a slow-mo? Oh my god, are you fucking serious?
Can I do a slow-mo? Of course I can't do a slow-mo. This is that's the original pitch from 21 years ago, where Johnson, this man mountain, oh,
get my baseball. All right, guys. All right, I'm flying. I'm gonna get out of here. Oh, here it comes. Oh, glory!
And by the way, the bird flies into the ball, which is great. But I love the fact that this is actually at the... What the hell happened there?
Hello?
Oh, did I stop something? Oh, wow. Hey, what happened? Computer's acting up. Hang on 1 second. No, the stream is fine. It's just...
Huh. Okay, well, we lost our music.
Hang on. Oh, there it is. Okay.
Nice.
All right, we're back. We're back. But yes, so Gallon basically did the same, and apparently, yes, he was probably distracted by either a cat chasing the birder. Gallon says, I don't know really what happened, honestly. I just know that the ball changed directions, really. I saw what happened. It's kind of a freak accident, but it's unfortunate. The throw was captured by cameras for Diamondbacks broadcaster Bally Sports Arizona. I don't remember as a kid, but I've seen the clip many times, said Gallon, when it happened. He was only 5 at the time. Wow, Gallon's young. We are wondering if there is video. Let's see. I'll have to do an old YouTube search. Let's see.
On the tube, only on the tube.
Zach Gallon bird.
Bird, there it hits bird, right there.
Bird. Oh, here we are.
Zach Gallen was, he couldn't wait to tell everybody as he made his way back from throwing a side session here because he hit a bird. I'm an animal lover,
there goes
so
the bird.
hurts me, but in the spirit of Randy Johnson, I think
Oh
you know
my
where
God.
we're going with this. The bird is no longer with us. I know Zach Gallen took some time.
He nearly steps in it.
It's on my shoe.
Oh, dirty bird, dirty bird. Ugh.
That's not as
Shut up.
entertaining as the first video, though.
Yeah, but I mean, it was just a warm up. So
Get the cat right there, real quick. Just sidestep. Just do the cat.
this cat.
Yeah. that's
Oh,
what I-
MLB animal interferences. I don't think anything. I don't know if an animal has ever died. Hang on, what's going on here?
Yeah, let's watch it for a second. See what's going on.
Let's see what's going on. Oh, it's a pigeon. He's here. He's clearly. I mean, dude, you're not going to hit him unless. You would have had to throw in the worst pitch ever to hit that bird.
Bird's just chilling. He's like, hey, what do you want? Hey, I tell you what, you're playing a shit game. Look at your throw. It looks fucking awful.
Of course, this is in Detroit, by the way.
It looks fucking awful. I'm out of here.
Oh, there's
Who's got
another one.
crackers? Because I'm done watching this bullshit.
There's 2 of them now.
Hey, watch this guy. Watch this guy. Look at that throw.
Oh,
that
terrible.
was awful.
Terrible.
That was awful.
Awful. They were like fucking velociraptors walking around the place. Clever girl. Clever girl. All right, enough of that. But yes, so I'm beginning to think now that this might be the year that the Diamondbacks run away with another World Series.
That'd be awesome. Yeah.
Could you imagine? I mean, so here in Phoenix, we've had the Suns be
That close.
that
That
close, like an Asian man's penis. That close. That's how close. So very, very close, but no dice. No dice. Oh, you're talking to me now?
No tiki, no laundry.
Yeah, there was nothing for it. But now that the Diamondbacks could possibly do something, I might be on board. I'm not going to lie. When it comes to American sports, I'm a total bandwagoner. Bandwagoner.
You bandwagger.
I am a bandwagoner. I would fully admit that. I freely admit that. I am very much a bandwagoner when it comes to American sports. I watch the Super Bowl every year, not having watched one NFL game, and I always choose who I want to win. And I think I've only ever once been wrong about who was going to win. And I think that was when the Patriots I don't remember who they played, but the Patriots were very much like down into the final quarter. And I was like, yeah, but I still think the Patriots are going to win it because they got one guy. They got Tommy fucking Brady. Tommy fucking Brady's who they got in that team.
He's a good ball player, but I have some reservations.
Yeah, I'm sure you do, you Indian. No offense to our Native American fans out there. We love you. I don't know if we have any Native American fans. Now, the next story Tim did bring to us.
Yes. There we go.
GOP Cranston City Councilman Matthew Riley arrested on drug possession charges after police found him sleeping in a vehicle. But what did they find him sleeping with, Timmy?
Yeah, I guess Hunter Biden's favorite little utility piece right there.
All right. Crack, cocaine.
Okay, so time out. How the fuck do you fall asleep on crack cocaine?
Don't know. What are you doing behind the wheel of a vehicle with crack cocaine in your hand, like a penis? I just imagine you sleeping like, oh,
Dick in one hand and a crack pipe in the other. Yeah.
So, we have body cam footage.
All right, let's just play this real
newly
quick.
released. All right, let's have a look at. Let me just get it over for the fine folks at home to view. Of course, if you are listening to this, you're not going to see it, but do check out the video on YouTube and remember to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Getting the plugs out of the way. Hair plugs. Here we are. All right. Anytime you're ready. There's an ad. Of course, there's always an ad.
Help me, Cletus, help me.
Baby.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, we can skip the ad there now.
No,
All right.
you didn't get me, Cletus.
This music is perfectly seedy for this. Oh my God.
That's a lot of crack.
This is a councilman's car?
That's a lot of crack cocaine. Holy shit.
It's a Macy's. Oh, did you see that? Oh, it's so sad. It's Macy's. It's. Hang on. Just jump back here. Watch. Look at the jacket. Look at the jacket. It's obviously. It's obviously some kind of jacket. It's Macy's. Oh, he's a councilman and he can't afford better than Macy's. Oh no.
He's got Skittles. He's got Gatorade.
Yeah.
I mean, just wallet.
He's wearing pleated pants. He seems to think it's 1946.
That's an awful tie. Look at that.
It's awful. It's awful. It's too long. It's supposed to be just down to the belt.
Not even that low.
You're taking in some fentanyl, Matt, and that's we've got to make sure you're.
Oh no. Oh, this is
may not feel it
embarrassing.
right now, but God forbid something happens.
That's my penis.
We feel terrible about that,
Oh. Hang on, let me turn the music off here for a second. Hear what's going on.
Who's gonna come get this car out?
Oh, and he's driving a Mazda CX-5.
Listen, you gotta clean this car out.
Ironically, this is probably the most non-corrupt councilman that's ever lived. I mean, he drives a mid-range vehicle. It's a wreck. He's on a poor man's drug.
Well, he obviously screwed up and he's got to get his life together. But
yeah, clearly,
Hunter Biden can go ahead and make deals with the Chinese, and hey, it's okay, guys.
Oh
It'll
yeah,
be fine.
Absolutely.
Come on, man.
Come on, man. He's my son, and he likes he likes to sniff meth.
Well, I really hope the guy gets his life together, because that's pretty screwed up. But
yeah, but still, I mean, you just know it was government or tax-funded drug use. I'm so sorry. I'm the only one in the chat. It's okay, Jenna.
Crack. All right.
Jenna, don't feel like you have to come into the show, or well, not come into the show, but don't feel like you have to be in the chat the whole time.
Time out. I'm looking at
Just sit back and enjoy the show, my dear.
Their fucking radios are fucking bricks. What the fuck? That's something I used back in 2003.
The radios?
Yeah, look at their fucking radios.
Let's see. Well, that's a gun.
Oh, that's a Glock.
Oh shit, we're at the back. We're at the beginning. All right, let's break down what's in this car here.
All right.
I wish it would stop doing this, but it's just doing this.
We got some Gatorade.
Okay, we got Gatorade, a phone, some kind of
coffee mug.
Coffee mug, yeah.
And we got a watch. There's
horrible
a watch.
Macy's shit.
Is there anything in your pants or anything? Nothing in there?
I mean,
Crack is medicinal.
No, you got anything?
Fair point.
No, nothing.
He's got nothing in his pockets, apparently.
Do me a favor, real quick. Pause this real quick. We're gonna segue. I can't do anything on the computer. Go to YouTube. Look up Pee Wee Herman crack ad.
Oh my God, that is amazing. Yeah, that is an amazing ad. If I can escape this, hang on. How do I get out of this? How do I get out of here?
There you go. There you go.
Oh yes.
Go to YouTube real quick. We got to watch this.
Fucking Matt.
So this is actually, he actually had to do these actually when he got caught in the Florida theater whacking off.
Yes.
So it's like, yeah.
Herman
crack.
This is crack.
Oh,
here it is.
This is crack. Rock cocaine.
It's
It
medicinal.
isn't glamorous or cool or kid stuff. It's the most addictive kind of cocaine, and it can kill you.
Like cocaine.
It's really
Regular
bad.
cocaine is perfectly fine, but this is more addictive.
Hey, Jambi. Are you on crack? Get the fuck out of here, Pee-wee, man. I'm wasted.
Is nobody knows how much it takes.
Makalaka, hey,
Every time
Makalaka,
you
God,
use
I
it,
hate you.
You risk dying. It isn't worth it. Look, everybody wants to be cool. Doing it with crack isn't.
Large Marge took cracking. Now she ain't so large.
Tell him Large Marge said you.
She ain't driving trucks no more.
Just wrong.
Ooh, yeah.
Dead wrong.
I can't, man. I can't.
Don't even try it. Oh no, shit.
Lordy.
It's like they say, if you made that shit legal tomorrow, I
God
still wouldn't use it. God Almighty. Oh, anyway, that's all I got to say on that. God damn.
Absolutely.
All right. I think we're done on that.
Right.
Well, thoughts and prayers to Matthew Riley.
Yeah,
he's
hopefully
41.
You get your life together, man.
41. You should have your life together at 41. Holy
Actually,
shit.
okay, so I'm going to throw this out there. I'm not going to say this person's name. So a friend of mine, his brother was addicted to that.
Oh, fun.
And he actually lost his place. He lost his car. And so he's staying over at his house. And he had a little side mattress on the ground. And I came over to like meet my buddy. And he goes, yeah, I got to send my buddy. Like I can send my brother to rehab. I was like, why? Literally, you see this mattress. It's dirty as hell. And there's like sunflower seed shells all over the bed, on the side. Ugh. And he would just do that and just spit it all over the place.
Oh, fun.
Yeah.
Ugh. Well, we are going to take another break. I need to take a piss. If you want to grab us a couple of another beers there, Timmy. It is 2:41 on your Saturday afternoon, and we're going to take a break, and you know what's next. It's the entertainment news. Keep it right here on KWOW.
You are listening to the West of Waterford podcast.
Hey guys, it's Josh from the West of Waterford podcast. If you're enjoying the show, then you may want to know about the Brass Tacks podcast. It starts at 7 p.m. Eastern, 5 Mountain. Check out Rick and the boys doing what they do best on the Brass Tacks podcast. Coming up after the West of Waterford podcast. My dear Sir Franklin, what on earth appears to be ailing you?
Oh, it's my throat, Sir Daniel. I feel like my larynx have been thrown into the depths of Mount Doom. Column.
My good man, why not try a Strepsil? Don't you know it is the only throat lozenge that will aid you in soothing your violent throat? Here, try one.
Why, Sir Daniel? My
precious larynx feel incredible. My lord, my friend, I might be able to sing opera yet. Don't let the fires of Mount Doom destroy your larynx. Strepsils. Take care of your precious voice. The preceding ad was a parody created by Josh while training at Radio Kerry. The West of Waterford podcast has no sponsors, but you can change that.
You are listening to the West of Waterford podcast.
Bow, bow, bow. Ba, 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 dum. Should have gotten this ready, but I didn't. And we are back. Keep it here on KWOW. And I guess we just walked in. Brittany, you don't want to sit at the actual mic on the table? Brittany has just walked into the studio, everybody. Say hello.
It certainly is.
Certainly is now. Brittany has just walked in, folks, so you know it's kind of going to get sexy in here.
Oh, sure.
Sure. Okay, my little co-host of a
We had a
BJ before
long
bed.
discussion about that last night.
Ow!
I don't get what you're talking about.
We had a long discussion about that last night. My unsexiness and just
No,
adorableness.
shut up. I never said anything like that.
We're not going to get in these kind of topics. Come on,
No, I
guys.
never
Let's
said
have
it.
some
I
fun.
never
Let's
said
have
you.
s-
No,
Time out.
I'm joking, dude.
As your
Time
therapist,
out.
I suggest we continue with the show. The show must go on.
Oh, Timmy, look at you go. Jesus Christ, he's really gunning for that Jason second
Usually
position.
therapists want you to talk.
Yes, I'm very aware of
Just
that.
stop. Just get over it. It's fine.
Very true.
Can you imagine that?
I could.
I suggest you just repress these feelings, push them down really, really far.
I don't have to
let
imagine
them
that. I'm married
build
to
until
you.
you just blow up one day.
I know. I don't have to imagine that. I'm married to you. We've gone past. Oh, our therapist is asleep. That's great.
Oh, it's a shit.
Brittany, you bored him.
No, he just. Never mind.
All right. Well, never mind. Brittany, thank you for joining us for the entertainment segment because it's very good news, ladies and gentlemen. Very good news indeed. The great Alec Baldwin
Has died.
No.
No.
Oh,
Well,
damn it.
We could only wish.
Was shot.
What the hell is this shit? Hang on. Get off the screen. No, he... So, of course, we know that Alec is... he's doing Rust, where he...
Yeah.
Well, shot the camera lady. And got away with it, too, by the way. I mean, wow. God bless. Realistically, God bless. If you can kill a lady and get away with it, divorce rates would be down in this country. That's what I'm thinking.
Oh, Jesus. Okay.
Yeah, okay. Hey, once again, I am not above it. But I would say
that was worse than.
I would postulate that men would be happier in the hole if you just shoot their wives. Just bring them out and be like, "Sorry, honey, you ain't been a good wife this week."
I'm taking it you didn't bring the wildcat today.
The wildcat? No, he didn't bring anything today. He just brought himself.
There you go.
Janice,
put some hair on your chest, yeah.
Janice says, "Hello, Britt. Welcome and good to have you here." So you're getting love in the chat already.
What the hell?
She's not getting love.
She's
not getting love from the cat though. The cat is attacking her.
She bit me too. She was like this. She was like, meow.
She's like giving love bites.
Already.
Is she hungry?
So her tail's all poofy. Look at that.
So Alec Baldwin has landed a role.
Okay,
So go ahead.
This is driving me crazy. What's going on with this headphone cord? I feel like I'm fucking Princess
Come on,
Leia
Tony
attached to
Cat.
Jabba the
Come on,
Hutt.
Tony Cat.
You are Princess Leia attached to Jabba the Hutt. Hang on. Bring up some. Now there's your problem.
That's cute.
All right, put it forward.
These are things that's called show prep.
Okay, that's enough.
Okay, that's better.
Brit's
All right.
tugging
Nope.
on her microphone.
Now it's doing it again.
Yeah, it's
Headphone
trapped.
wire.
It's trapped. It's trapped. If you want to grab one,
Annoying.
if you want to grab one of the other headphones over there.
Sorry.
No, well, like
Her comfort is everything.
Well, I tell you what, that side table's a nice table, but it's too long for that cord. Or get a bigger cord.
You should have plenty of slack on that one. Okay, I got to turn you up on that one though. All right.
Much better.
You able to
That
hear
was
everything?
just- I felt like I was starting to develop like severe autism. Like I was very like I was like hyper. I was like feeling so like that's the one thing I was hyper focused on, and I was like I can't. This needs to stop.
Well, we all have a touch of the old
My
apparently.
jeans need to stop chafing. My legs, like
My legs, my
Here's
chicken
to the
legs.
special people.
the oversensitivity to.
So, in entertainment news, Alec Baldwin, fresh off of shooting everybody on the set of Rust, has
Just
landed.
shoot me.
He's landed.
Fresh off the set of Just Shoot Me.
No.
Hello,
Can
is
you-
it?
Yeah. Hello. Is this on?
Is the jokes home?
All right. Yeah, this is starting to unravel. I'm teasing.
I know.
I'm teasing. He has landed a role in a movie about the 1970 Kent State shooting. Tim, you might remember that. You were a young lad at the time in 1970, I believe.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh my god.
Been around for centuries. How'd you know?
Alec Baldwin has already lined up his next project just days after wrapping filming on his catastrophic. His catastrophe-stricken Western flick Rust. The 65-year-old landed a role in the upcoming Karen Slade-directed film about the Kent State shooting that left 4 unarmed students dead and 9 others injured. And at the end of the movie, Alec Baldwin will turn, and this is on you. This is on all of you in Washington who never passed common sense gun legislation. Always be ABP. Always be passing gun legislation. Thank you. And the movie just ends and everybody goes boo.
Yeah, I mean, just get on that subject real quick. I think it's funny how folks think that you pass a law and magically all these problems just go away.
I know. I mean,
just go away.
They have great gun control in Oakland, where we were talking about. What they really need in Oakland is possum and feral cat control. But no, they have gun control, and then you get mugged by a gang of feral cats, led by one possum who's flipping a coin, going with his big stupid smile. But
No. No, real quick. I can see Alec Baldwin at the end of this movie just like taking that possum's ass, and, like that's like wiry little tail, like you guys get that, like a Scarface kind of scene, like.
And that's a deep drive again into the left field, and we're going to have to leave the booth again. Alec Baldwin is here, and he's shooting us with possum feces. We have to leave. We have to leave the booth. Once again, folks, not our fault, but this is the Oakland A's stadium, and what are we expecting at this point? I don't know why we keep coming here.
But, yes, Kent State. I wasn't actually very aware of this one, but on May 4th of 1970... the Ohio National Guard opened fire during a peaceful protest of the National Guard presence on campus, as well as, well, I mean, that's one way to deal with, that's one way to deal with a protest against you. You're protesting me? Okay.
Yeah, there's just, the 60s are a very different kind of subject.
But then again, this is, again, over the protesting of Vietnam. Now, I agree that Vietnam was an absolute clusterfuck. I think we all can.
It was a civil war that we got involved in, and understand the ideology behind it was we're going to stop communism because it's going to take over like all of the world. I get that, but when someone's like protesting that, let them protest. Let them like voice their opinion. That's what America's for.
No,
you
you
have a right to your opinion. You should be able to voice
right
your
to
opinion.
peaceful assembly. Again, we have the Constitution sitting around here somewhere. I'm sure we can read it, quoted verbatim.
Are you sure this is not your Constitution?
No, that affects my Constitution. But yes, protesting the Vietnam War, and then you got a bunch of weekend warriors just blowing students up, which I am very against. Which is why I believe we need gun control. If those students had been able to fire back, maybe less of them would have died.
Look at Alec Baldwin. He looks a little rough around the edges.
I gotta say, the guy's still got a great hairline. It's starting to go away a little bit, but he is 65.
No, he's 65?
Allegedly, according to this article, he is 65 years of age.
All right, he looks like shit.
For an actor, 65, he looks really bad.
Well, lads, let's not forget here for a
he's
second.
He's like an alcoholic, though, right?
No, I don't think so. But
because he like berates his daughter, like called her like little
I think
Miss Piggy or something like that.
He's had alcohol abuse issues.
Let's not forget,
like
folks, he shot a woman in the face. I mean, if you do that tomorrow, if you look this well,
it might wear you out a little bit. I do think he was stressed about it.
Yeah, well, he doesn't look stressed here. Actually, he looks the opposite of stressed here.
He looks like a lush.
He's trying to be. He does look lushy, actually. Now here I see your point.
Now here I see your point.
I ain't gonna take a photo while intoxicated for the world to see.
The Kent State shooting was a dark and pivotal moment in our nation's history. That is a story that needs to be told, and surprisingly never has. Except in history books, it has been told countless times, I'm sure. And I'm sure Vice probably did something on it. We watched something on Vice yesterday, myself and Brittany, and we had to turn it off.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, God.
What episode was it?
Oh,
we were watching
66.
the Route 66.
Yeah.
Okay.
A bunch of woke assholes just, like, trying to be deep, but sounding like morons.
Yeah, skater burnout dudes that were, like...
embarrassing.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I did all... and then I did some smack.
No, I wish they were like that.
Yeah,
they were more like, yeah, it's really embarrassing to see this, like... on the road, as an American around Native Americans looking at these teepees.
Let me virtual signal.
These, like, like those old, like, trading post things that they used to do that were probably Native American owned.
Yeah.
But
by the way, they waited until they were in Arizona before they did this. The sons of bitches.
Well, okay, like, let me
Not my state.
Yeah, in Flagstaff. There was a point when they're in Flagstaff and they were talking to some, like, of the Apache people that were there, and they're like...
The Apache cats.
Yeah, they're like this cartoonish like representation of these people. Like it's just so.
Yeah, it was.
But
really
okay, so
embarrassing.
I mean,
we're done here. No.
Yeah, we talk about the past, and I find it funny how all these progressive folks or whatever you want to call them, they go in and they're trying to erase everything. Like, look at okay, it's 60s surf rock. Link Ray was Native American.
Oh,
he was a Native American. Actually, there's a series that me and Jess watched where like he goes back into like his past and other like band members that were Native American, and they made like an impression on the whole world. Yet they're folks that want to just take this and just whitewash it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I understand that, but like I mean, it goes both ways. I mean, you can blackwash, whitewash. You can do what. I mean, the whole Cleopatra debacle Where
What's that?
so basically Jada Pinkett Smith, you know, Slappy's husband. Wow, that was a derisive laugh I ever heard. Haughty.
Hey, Will
Yes.
Smith. Hey, Slappy, how you doing?
Yeah, Slappy's husband. Anyway, she made a was it a Netflix original about like we with queens and shit, and they made Cleopatra black because she was a queen of Egypt.
Well,
Completely
she was
forgetting
Egyptian, North African. So.
forgetting the complete and utter fact that her lineage went back to Alexander the Great. She's Greek.
No. She's not.
She's Greek.
She's not Greek.
Mm-hmm. She might have been born in Egypt, but her lineage and her features.
Macedonians. Macedonians are actually very closely related to the Albanians.
Yes, except we have plenty of documented evidence, including paintings from that time, that show her as not white like howdy brother, I'm from Sweden. Swede. You know, it's not one of. It wasn't like it wasn't Hitler's dream, but it also wasn't chick you see at the Circle K going, "Come go take my baby." It wasn't either of those. She was Mediterranean featured. She was lighter olive skinned. She probably looked more like a Sicilian.
So you're just saying they made a grand assumption about the color of her skin?
No.
She was born in Africa.
Let me get the trailer.
And not all Africans look the same.
Well, they don't. That's the thing. I mean,
no, that's what I'm saying. And not all Africans look the same, and especially in ancient African times.
Hang on. Here.
I don't know.
We have something here. There's a
Constitution in them.
I don't care what they tell you in school. Cleopatra was black.
Are you sure about that?
She is the undisputed queen of Egypt. We'll be doing things differently from now on.
Netflix decided to race swap Queen
Oh God, they got the actress who plays her to do it, but
Cleopatra, and now they have a 2% audience score on Rotten Tomatoes. Go woke, go broke. Let's get into it.
wow, I like her. Oh, it's PragerU, admittedly.
Oh yeah.
So
a little bit of bias here, but
out its Queen
let's get the
Cleopatra
facts.
series, which it deems
A little
to
bit
be
biased
a
here, but let's
historical
get the facts. That's the
documentary
funny thing
slash
I've heard.
docu.
Well, I mean, facts can be biased. Facts can be biased one way or the other.
You mean
13% the population, 50% the violent crime rate. Look it up. It's a little biased towards one side.
Series, and they've decided to depict Queen Cleopatra as a black woman.
Wow.
Now, this has steamed a lot of controversy, as many have come forth and said Cleopatra was...
Mason Montana says, F Black Little Mermaid. Woohoo. Very true, though. They blacked up the Little Mermaid. It's a Danish story about a mermaid by Hans Christian Andersen, I believe.
So it doesn't matter what she looks like because it's not a real story.
True, but the lore, it's like saying like James Bond should be, get away from the source material and should have Idris Elba. I wouldn't actually mind Idris Elba being Bond because I'm not the biggest Bond fan. I've always kind of said to myself, 007 is a designation. It could be anyone. And if you look at the movies, it could be that. You had a Scots guy. Yes, I was Bond, and I went around slapping women.
Why do I feel like the scene out of like Jack Nicholson in Mars Attacks? Like, why can't we just all get along?
Yeah.
And then he chases his wife with an axe. Come here, Wendy. I want to get along with you.
It's Johnny.
No, I think I showed it to you, or I sent it to you at least, about this black guy talking about the mermaid thing and like other things, and being like, and he actually had an argument about, this is to show you like, stop turning characters that have been presented as white for such a long time.
Yes.
And let's not be concerned about doing that. Let's just create more black characters when we're making these stories.
Yeah,
and he's
absolutely.
like, that's what we need to do. That's what's more important.
And that's 100% right.
Not completely changing the history of these stories.
They made Black Panther. They did a very clever thing, actually, in fairness. And now, look, I'm not a Marvel fan.
That's a black character that's always been black, like, obviously. So
I'm not a Marvel fan, but the Spider-Verse idea, if you wanted to make Peter Parker black, great idea to have it in a multiverse.
Yeah.
Where the other Spider-Men still exist. Tobey Maguire, Eduardo Saverin, whatever his name was, from fucking
And don't forget Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
And don't forget about the Jewish Spider-Man.
Oh, I tried to swing between buildings, but my glasses blew off. And then I couldn't see where I was going, and I just hit the villain unknowingly and accidentally moited him, but I win anyway. I take a win. It's all we can do. After all of our history, we'll take any win we can get. It's like, oh, settle down.
But like going back to historical
we should make a White Panther.
like Scott Joplin, Ragtime.
Yeah,
that actually, as a black artist, that actually became the mainstream.
Yes.
And he actually helped other black artists, with blues, jazz, whatever, get out there. Because Scott Joplin's Ragtime, everyone's like this, like that.
There's a great comic. Again, look, I'm not into comics, but from what I understand, there's a really good comic coming up. He's a black dude, but
You're not really into comics?
I'm not into comics
at
all.
Comics
comic that you read, yes.
Okay.
But there's a black comic. They tried to cancel him because he didn't toe the company line of being woke. And it's like, wait, you're trying to cancel a successful black dude because he doesn't subscribe to your ideas? And I'm like, I don't even read comics. Let me see where I can donate to this guy. That's what I was thinking. I was just like, no, that is a flag bearer for common sense. Create your own, like you said, and like Brittany said, create your own goddamn characters. They create a Black Panther. Nobody can take that away. That's fine. Now, I don't believe in this whole Wakanda bullshit because for some reason... Okay, in a comic, Wakanda is perfectly fine. Yeah, no, but so many people have taken the idea of Wakanda and actually run with it and said yeah, it was a real place. No, it wasn't. It was in a comic book. Shut up, stupid. It wasn't real. It's never been real. Why is Africa so back... Oh, by the way, Africa is a continent, people, not a country. I'm going back to Africa. Well, which part are you going back to exactly? Where are you going?
Well,
I'm going back to Europe.
Talking about comics and stuff, we had, I almost said Pink Panther, Black Panther. I was just sorry if I. It's just what happened to a day in 2000? Do you guys remember Static Shock?
Static Shock.
That superhero that was I think an original animated series.
Oh,
that came out in 2000.
Yeah, again,
no?
vaguely remember it, but not a comic fan.
It came back to me because when I went to that Red Bull event for that dance your own style event.
Yeah.
There was a guy who was wearing a jersey that was modeled after this, and it said Static Shock on the back. I was oh my gosh,
real quick again?
Static Shock.
Yeah, and I'm because it's nostalgic. Of 90s kids, it's early 2000s nostalgia. Nice. And I go, what happened to a time when a new thing a new property would come out like that and no one would be oh my gosh, have you seen they made a black character? Nobody, it just happened without people making a big deal about it. And it was just almost, and in a way I feel that's more progressive for you to be and not make a big deal about it.
This guy
I feel
could
every time
exist.
Oh my gosh, now they're representing our people. It was just there's a black character. Nobody was upset or astonished either.
Yeah. I mean, we were talking earlier. I mean, about the sinking of the Titanic, and we were talking about if they made a movie nowadays about the Titanic, you'd be why wasn't Captain Smith black? It's because he wasn't in real life. Well, the movie was severely underrepresented.
So, I mean...
because minorities, coming from Europe to America, by the way, were severely underrepresented on the real Titanic. If there were black guys, and there was a couple of black guys, I'm sure, on it, but they were probably French. And then you had Moroccans, who would probably come up. So there were Africans, there were Eastern Europeans, all in third class. You don't hear their stories, but you know what? They were there. You could tell those stories, but you don't have to make the entire crew of the ship you don't have to turn it into Soul Boat and
oh my god,
you don't have to turn it into Soul Boat. To be honest with you, you don't have to do that.
You tried such a not so delicate line.
I don't give a shit about delicate.
Trampling around.
I don't care about delicate.
I'm talking
you don't
about
have to make it
race issues. Don't have to turn it into Soul Boat.
Yeah,
with
Captain Smith played by...
Thank God you're Irish, because it gives you a card.
Oh, shut up.
It gives you a pass.
Everybody should be able to say... Samuel
Thank God you're Irish and retarded. It gives you a pass.
Samuel L. Jackson is Captain Smith. Get that motherfucking iceberg out of this fucking boat's way, motherfucker! And it's no, that ain't gonna happen.
You know, it'd be really funny if Walter was just standing in the corner,
Yeah.
just like not saying a word. He just like,
How do you think Walter and I became friends? I used to do Black Yoda. That's why we became.
Do that again.
This tight shit be. What's up, ma? Or wasn't. I'm not saying that word.
Dude, oh my gosh.
You see, I know where the line is. I'm not saying that.
Okay, but listen.
You know what I'm saying.
You know what? As you're starting to say that, the one
not
thing
saying
that I have some commentary too about like historical figures. Okay, let's all think about the musical Hamilton.
Oh
yeah.
Alexander Hamilton was white.
Yeah, no, well, listen, like that's okay because there's a lot of like there's a lot of freedom in the artistic expression of a musical, and the reason why artistic expression in the musical.
I heard something different.
So you're taking these characters, making a musical out this historical story and real people, and turning it into a musical. But because of the musical selection that they did, they wanted it to be portrayed by people who that music comes from.
And I can understand
so like
that.
hip hop, you're gonna have more blacks and Latinos. But the one thing I will say, after having seen Hamilton, I walked out of there going, and I'm like, they'll never have King George be black. They'll never there's like one person, there's like two people that they'll never not have them white. And it was King George and one of like the other, can't remember the other character, but some other bumbling buffoon that was kind of a bad guy in the story.
Well, look, you want to.
But listen, if they can do that, if they can change all the other characters, but they'll always have King George as a white guy, and it makes sense. I mean, the way that he doesn't do anything like any like kind of hip hop music whenever he's singing, but it kind of makes a statement.
It makes a statement. I
when
agree.
you can kind of switch around.
But can we not all just remember that one of the most like to your point, I'm not going to a musical for historical accuracy. I turned into Stuttering John again. I'm not going to a musical for historical accuracy. I'm really not. And can we all please remember that one of the most sympathetic characters ever written in a great piece of literature, a great play, written, and we're talking what?
We're gonna start talking about Cleopatra.
The 1600s, I think. Othello.
Oh yeah.
One of the greatest, most sympathetic characters ever written. Brilliant character. A man of immense standing, but was cut down because of his love for a woman that a snake basically in his ear was saying that, you know, oh, she's fucking Cassius. And of course the snake, his name was Iago. I was a bird in a movie about Aladdin. It's like, yeah, okay, Iago. Yeah, you got the snake in the ear. Yes, we got it, Aladdin. Thank you. But you're saying there was no European black representation of a good, moral, fibered man who was black, a Moor, nonetheless? Come on, let's get real here. What are you doing? Is he playing? This is crack. All right, we done with that?
We didn't even talk about Queen Cleopatra.
Well, it wasn't really on the list, but here's the trailer if you want to see it. I can't show this at home, folks.
There was a
Sorry.
time long ago when women ruled with unparalleled power as
God.
warriors, queens,
Yes.
mothers of nations.
And generally very, very bloodthirsty. Queens waged more wars than kings, statistically, in those days. So, something to keep in mind.
And there is none among them more iconic than Cleopatra.
Yes, go off, queen.
What would you die for? I am Isis. I am a god.
As long as she's alive, she is the pharaoh.
My father's will names me co-ruler of Egypt.
Julius Caesar is aware that Cleopatra is one of the best educated women in the Mediterranean.
He wants to be king to Cleopatra's queen.
There is no future without the past.
She was using these relationships with Mark Antony.
Come on, I wanted to come along here.
Country.
There is no Rome without Egypt.
Cleopatra was trying
okay.
to save the country that she loved from destruction.
I did what I had to do to protect what is mine.
This is a woman exercising power.
Yes.
Cleopatra was a Ptolemaic ruler. The very first Ptolemy is a general of Alexander the Great. It's possible that she was Egyptian.
It's possible.
Imagine her to have curly hair like me and a similar skin color.
I remember my grandmother saying to me,
All
I
right,
don't care
stop
what they
putting
tell
politics into fucking goddamn film.
Thank you very much, you fucking...
Stop. Just stop.
Thank you,
You're
Tim.
entitled to your opinion. Whatever.
Doesn't make it
I'm done.
right. Doesn't make it
you in
right.
school. Cleopatra was black.
She has.
Who cares? Like, who cares
And who
about
cares if
I
she
know
was?
that's what I mean. Like,
But she wasn't. She
cares about,
verifiably
like-
wasn't. That's the problem here. She verifiably wasn't. And there's actually some kind of trailer, or I think it's in the show, where it's like, my grandmother told me that don't believe what you read in school, don't believe what you read in historical document. Cleopatra was black. Thanks, Grandma. Who are you, the authority of anything? I'm sorry, are you a curator? No, come on. I'm sure you're a very sweet grandma, but
no, she
come on.
just has represented like African culture. I can understand that,
But it's not African culture. It's Egyptian culture.
I know.
Egypt was a paragon of culture. Do you think the Egyptians have anything in common with Somalia? No, not even close. But Somalia has nothing with Nigeria.
But that's
and
what
Nigeria,
I mean.
nothing
like, why even make a big deal about it?
Because they like to just say Africa is just one country where it's all verifiably the same culture. No, it's not. I've met Nigerians. I've met people from Senegal. I've met all walks of African life. Some are nicer than others. Some have nicer cultures than others. But that's the same for any culture ever. I don't like the French, particularly. I don't love their culture, but you know what? I don't say
what is wrong with the French.
Yeah, exactly. That is what's wrong with the French. Is they constantly ask what's wrong with the French, and it's like, you know what you did. But I don't have a problem.
So I don't even know if.
But I don't want their culture erased.
I don't even know if they're arguing about her culture. They're just literally just so focused on the color of her skin.
Exactly. Thank you.
Like that, they're not even concerned about that.
I know. It's just embarrassing. It's embarrassing.
So,
And
like, do we want to know? Like, do we want to find the exact pigment of her color of her skin?
Believe me, if they
because
could,
I mean,
if they could, they
black is a pretty broad enough range.
But then they would. But that's the thing. Then they would change the goalposts.
Why are they like? Yeah.
They would change the goalposts after finding out they were wrong. They would change the goalposts so that they would be right.
And you're pretty much like white or not white. That's pretty much how people have been.
And that is
segregated
that is
as far
sickening
as
because
like
what are Asians?
You're
what are Middle
white or a
Easterns?
people of color.
I'm sure if they had a chance, they'd make Attila the Hun like a black slaying king. He was a Mongol.
I don't know about that.
It wouldn't surprise me.
Can we
in the
do an
least.
ad break?
We're going to do an ad break now, Timmy. It is 3:12 on your
Oh,
Saturday afternoon. Wow, this is turning into a long
I
show.
don't know what's
But we do
going
only have.
on.
We're on the final run, folks. We are on the final run. It is coming up very soon for you.
That was our ADHD segment. We kind of ping ponged around a lot.
That's okay. There's nothing
Rabbit
wrong.
holes.
That's the
There
point
we
of a
go.
podcast, folks.
It is because
Yes, we talk shit sometimes, and we make point. Well, no, we don't talk
I
shit.
thought you were on a tight ship.
We're smart.
But you let that one just careen right into an iceberg.
All right. Well,
I was about to say he runs a
We're
ship
gonna
like the
get this
Titanic.
motherfucking iceberg out of the way. This motherfucking ship.
Walter used to ask me to do white people if they were played by Samuel L. Jackson, and I used to do it for him, and he would fucking cry laughing. He lost a friend over that. He was like, "Shoot, dude, shut the fuck up. This motherfucker's funny." That's why Walter and I became friends. He liked my balls.
See, you guys, racism can join you together.
Here's the thing.
Doesn't have to separate
Here's the thing.
us.
Here's how I feel about racism. I don't believe in it. I don't believe that it gets anything done, and I think everybody should just fucking forget about it. Get it out of the conversation. Just stop talking about it. Keep it here.
That's
on,
what I'm talking about.
Okay.
Dude.
All right. Keep it here on WOW. We have Wild Internet coming for you right now.
Josh from the West of Waterford podcast. If you're enjoying this show, then you may want to know about the Brass Tax Podcast. Go check out their YouTube channel, Brass Tax Podcast, and see what Rick and the boys have in store for you. You want to laugh yourself silly like a goose? Go check out the Brass Tax Podcast. Alternatively, you can check out Movies You Missed podcast. Join two industry veterans every week on Spotify as they discuss movies that flew under the radar, films worth revisiting, and stories from behind the scenes. That's Movies You Missed podcast, and they're on Spotify. Good friend of mine co-hosts there. Go check him out. Give him some love. Tell him Josh sent you.
Okay, we are back. Well, at least I am. I don't know what's going on here. Brittany's showing me a video. Guns don't kill people, fans do. Stop the madness. That wasn't particularly funny. What? I should? Where'd you send it? Oh, how about you go back over to your microphone? Talk to me there.
I'm just showing the camera my booty.
I can take a look at that. Oh, okay, I'm transitioning back. Now you're not on camera. I don't know where Tim went. I think he's I think oh, there's Tim. He's back. Thank God he's back. Thank God you're all back. I can't vamp worth a shit. Holy God. Ugh. Show was turning into a real...
Josh, are you a prep, a goth, or a vamp?
A what? What are you talking about now?
That's what the kids say.
I don't care what the kids say. I'm not here to entertain the kids.
A kid asked me, Mrs. Smith, are you a prep, a goth, or a vamp? Or a furry?
Okay. Well, here we are with Wilder.
They throw that around really willy-nilly.
Here comes Wilder
Makes
Internet,
me
folks.
uncomfortable.
Here we go.
That's a little extra.
Clown car.
Extra, dude.
Yeah, baby.
What the fuck just
I
happened?
don't know what that van was carrying, but it was pure rocket fuel. Look at this. What's going on with this one?
He's like, yeah, I'm just going to kind of walk away now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, it kind of burned out quickly.
Oh.
The fire that burns twice as hot burns half as long. And you have burned so very right, little van. That is quite an explosion.
What the fuck?
I don't think this guy was getting premium at the pump. It smells like regular. She needs premium, dude. Premium.
That's what happens when you put ethanol in gasoline.
Yeah. God damn. All right, so that's enough of that. One more time.
Where's the graphic over the car?
Yeah,
it like makes it look like a video game at first.
Unthinkable vids. The next one we have is the world's happiest mammal.
There's supposed to be a New York in there too. There's nothing in that box, Ozzy. Hey, it's coming this way. Let it jump on us. Ah!
What do you think that was?
Go!
A whale?
Go!
Oh, shit.
An orca.
Go!
Oh, God.
Go! Go!
Holy shit.
That orca was not having it. It's like, get the
he was
fuck out of my
not.
water.
That is one unhappy Free Willy.
I told you it was coming.
I told you. Why do they sound like they're in India? I told you he was coming. It's like, what are you guys doing up here? We are up collecting ice for a convenience shop owner in Springfield.
Okay, thank you. Come again.
Thank you. Come again. That's actually a direct quote from a Indian comedian. Forget his name. He's very funny though. How funny can he be? I don't remember his name. But yes.
Funny but forgettable.
Funny but forgettable. Just like India. Jason can tell you more about India. This is something.
Oh, I've seen this one. Yeah.
I don't care what you'd pay me. I would never do this.
Oh.
I send this to Jess and she goes, "Oh my God, that water's so nasty."
I know that too.
That's the point you want to take away from this video.
I know.
She's like, "No, that water's so nasty."
That's scary because how can you be certain you jump out far
You
enough?
cannot be that certain. Holy shit. That's gotta hurt too.
One
by the way.
slip up or hesitation and splat on the ground, dude.
Exactly.
I've seen this one too.
This gentleman has been hit twice by lightning. I think there's sound. Is there sound? Let's find out.
You've done this one before.
Oh, have I?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I showed. Oop, bank.
And it's also fake too. Sorry.
I don't know. Is it?
It's fake.
2011. Hard to fake things like that back then. Not really.
Well, I
though.
mean, you can write that on the you can make that date very easily.
Okay, fair point. That tells you all you need to know about my.
Yeah, like he just stumbled and fell because he's drunk, but like someone
added the lightning.
Oh yeah.
Someone added the lightning.
Okay. Let's see the second strike then, because there is like a black mark on the ground here. So
No,
I'm kind of
that
curious.
can be easy.
It's just an oil spill.
The internet is real, folks. It's real.
Everything you
I don't believe any of this is true. I
Let's
have
send this-
seen things
let's
that
send-
you people will not believe.
Let's-
I was a fighter.
Yeah, it's
a
not
governor.
real. Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, we should send that in the digital
All right,
corridor
okay.
crew, and they debunk that for you.
All right, digital age. There's no debunking this.
It is a funny idea, though,
No.
that somebody did that.
I know. But this is, there's no debunking this. This happy little fellow doing what he does best. Oh! Whoa!
Jesus.
Ride him, cowboy!
I don't like this.
He's okay. He's okay. He's not okay.
No,
he's not
okay. He's not okay.
What was that great line in Stir Crazy? He was like, now you got to think of yourself. What's worse? Been hit by a freight train or a bull? The answer is the bull, because a freight train don't back up to finish the job. It's great. Great movie, Stir Crazy.
Thank you.
Lovely.
I wrote it.
Oh yes. Ooh. A girl with Tourette's, I believe, tries to host a show. I haven't seen this.
Oh, wow.
Wow,
Hey.
did Tony just kick her way into the
Yeah,
room?
she was like, boom, baby.
She's giving little, like...
All right, here's a woman with Tourette's trying to host a show.
I'm here to fuck. I'm here to swear at you for a little while. I figured it'd be funnier if I didn't tell you why. So fuck off. I have
This is good.
Tits, the best tits,
Tits.
the best tits in the the best content organization. Yes. Love you too. So
The entire broadcast on
I have a
live,
question.
the entire broadcast on Real TV was just this, so a long prolonged this.
100 Thieves and offline tits,
The guy was just
offline TV.
I believe this is an internet award thing, so they probably could let her
The
stay.
Titanic
Probably.
is sinking. The Titanic is sinking.
You're all sluts.
You're all okay, I have a question for you, though.
That's not.
Yes.
Why do Tourette's tics? Why can't they be like world peace? World peace. Jesus loves you. You're beautiful. Why
That would
can't
be
they
good.
why can't they be positive things? Why are they always like tits?
Fuck
you're a
you.
Slut, fuck you. Why?
Cut!
Why can't they be
Cut!
Yeah. Your mother sucks cocks in hell. This is this kind of gets.
Puppies are cute.
I like
Brittany's
Hey,
adorable.
that's a
Kittens-
valid
kitten-
question though.
kittens
Why?
and milk. Kittens milk.
Rainbows.
He-Man. I think this guy's just He-Man. Okay, he's okay. He-Man. 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 He's like, he just starts going into voices. Anyway, this is a
That's
very
like you basically. on this
basically
show.
me. Yes, not far off.
Imagine Tourette's where you just went into like random impersonations out of nowhere. That's the show.
Now all together, kids. Here we go.
This is a.
You're just doing Droopy Dog as Michael Jackson and
No.
and fucking the Jackson 5.
I can do that.
Billie Jean is not my lover. She's just a girl who says that I am the one, sir. But the kid is not my son.
God.
Whoa.
All right, what's next?
Anyway, the kid is not my son. Anyway, the kid's the one I touch. No, anyway.
okay.
Sorry to ruin a great man there. This is terrifying.
He doesn't seem all that concerned.
He looks very concerned, Brittany.
I just wanted to tell you about your car's extended warranty.
Timely. Nothing.
Would you like to hear about the Brotherhood of Buddha?
You said you were going to take a left, but you took a right. Come on, I was walking across the goddamn street.
I'm trying to get the Albuquerque.
Oh my God, this is moving.
I just wanted to sell you Girl Scout cookies. Can we go back? My wig blew off a mile
See,
back.
Josh, this is why you don't piss your wife off.
Oh my God. Was this like the
This
world's?
is a sequel to Death Proof.
Was this like the world's luckiest hit and run? He like did some mad moves and she just took off.
I was just going to the store for some fucking milk.
Yeah. I'm 80 miles away from the city. I ain't walking back. Come on, man.
This lift is going to be so expensive.
We'll charge you less if you're riding the outside the car, sir. You won't even have to tip.
Just a tip.
Well, you know, for him, just a tip is the whole thing. Oh no.
Chode.
Oh god.
And our final video.
Jody.
This.
Wait, what about the video I sent you? You really gotta show that.
I don't have it available to me.
You just gotta go to your email.
Okay, I'm waiting for some shite to pop out the back.
Please,
Let's
while Tim's here.
Okay. I'll get it now in a second. Hang on. But let's see what happens here.
I'm scared.
Oh, that was close. Holy shit, that was close.
Why don't they have bars right there
Whoa,
for him to
Jesus.
I know. Why?
Getting stronger.
That's like a
Getting weaker.
That's at a high school.
Holy shit. Hang on, how close was that to his head exactly?
Yeah, it's about like,
About 3.
Oh, it hit his hair, his Jufro.
His Jufro.
Oh my God! I should not have been trying to work out today. I couldn't find my glasses this morning, and my shoes didn't fit like they usually do. I had to bury them for my brother.
And I still got seasickness from Ellis
Oh,
Island.
such seasickness I got. Just looking at the room in a perfectly stable condition gave me complete and utter seasickness.
I almost said the Mayflower.
The Mayflower.
I meant like the
Mayfly.
the boat that brought me over here from Ellis Island.
The Mayflower. Well, I mean, they weren't coming from there.
I know that was the.
I don't.
That was the.
Okay, where's the video that?
Okay, but seriously,
I'm trying to
Josh,
get this now.
though. Okay, but like now this shows you. Like I know they do like free, but I almost feel like they should be like like at a gym where you have the the thing to set. Okay,
Can we? Hang on.
Looking at it, I can draw.
Turn it up a little bit.
Things like that, or I can just use it here and hit there.
What? Sir, you are not a serious.
Wait, listen to him. Just listen to him first. Listen to the video first.
And then the other thing is, if he's coming towards me.
What? What the fuck was that shit? What the fuck was that?
I want to see like Red Letter Media like find that.
Can we do that again?
That entire
One more
video.
time.
While he's looking at
He's
it.
peacocking.
Draw, cut.
A knife.
Or I can just use it here and hit there.
Or don't use a knife and use a fan to hit him.
Holy shit.
Bam.
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 Oh, Kyle is here. Hi, Kyle.
other thing
that
is,
could squash his head like a
coming
melon.
towards
Yes.
me.
Oof.
Wait, watch it. This is really dangerous. Oh, so dangerous. Oh, and
that's not stopping anything.
It sounds like he's ripping ass while he's throwing the fan. I know
Yeah,
it's the
I
sound
know,
of the
right?
fan, but
You would just shock your opponent. Oh my gosh, he's a homosexual.
whatever you do not mess with the fro. Do not mess with the fro.
That's very funny. Oh my god. Holy shit.
Don't you?
Oh, sorry.
Doesn't that just give you like Red Letter Media like?
Oh my god.
Real the worst vibes.
Oh my god, he came at me with a fan. And unfortunately, it's my biggest fan. It's Rich Evans. You got to do the Rich Evans.
Is he okay?
Shut up.
Yeah,
Are you
he's
okay?
He's trying his best.
Tell me that wasn't a good Plinkett and Rich Evans.
Um,
You don't know who any of these people are. All right. I think that just about does it.
You know what would have been better with that video though if he would have been dressed up like a geisha. Then we
there's a
could
problem.
have looped things back to our Cleopatra speech.
Yeah, very good. Geisha and Egyptian are not the same.
No.
All right.
Cultural appropriation.
Oh,
type
okay,
of-
okay. I get you.
And cross-dressing.
Cross-dressing.
You know, actually, since we're at the end of the show, you know what sounds really good? Some Topo Loco.
Topo Loco.
Topo
Ooh.
Locos,
That doesn't
crunchy
sound bad.
burritos.
That doesn't sound bad at all. Wow. Holy hell. Well, that is it for this week. Hopefully Jason isn't dead.
Yeah,
And,
what happened? You just didn't hear from him?
Just didn't hear from him. He just never appeared.
He
So
just
unfortunately, he ghosted. He ghosted. Just like Ghost.
Damn. He does that sometimes. The poor boy.
He ghosted, just like the Ghost are doing right now. This album is out now, folks. Go and buy it. Way down this bait, don't you stray. Alrighty, folks. We're actually going to leave on Ghost, and we will see you next time. Until then, have yourselves a wonderful little Saturday afternoon. And remember, Like, share, subscribe. Timmy, thank you for being here. Brittany, thank you for being here. Brittany's left the room. Brittany left the room already.
Oh, my.
Wave to the camera, Brittany.
God. Hello. Hello, family. Hello, friends.
All right. The studio cam is going off, and we will see you next time on the West of Waterford podcast on Saturday Afternoon Live. Bye-bye.